A chicken factory full of illegal workers.
Hey! Everybody stay calm! Everybody stay very, very calm!
Rush hour at Calais
Hey, we got another one!
brings human traffic jams.
Okay.
Refines in, what, 5-10 minutes? Busy morning here.
And raising the bar at Heathrow. A law student struggles with an immigration test.
Explain to me why you don't have a return ticket.
I don't have any intention of staying here.
I didn't ask out the question. I said, why do you not have a return ticket?
Heathrow, Terminal 3. Immigration officer Kay Lomas is on the desk screening passengers.
Hello, sir. Where are you travelling from today?
From LA.
Okay. Do you live there or?
I live here.
And what do you do here?
I'm a student.
Tell me the whole title of the course.
Yeah, it says postgraduate
Yes.
certificate business administration.
Right.
It's MA, it's a Masters of Business Administration.
Well, there's a difference between a postgraduate certificate in business administration and a master's in business administration. Which one is it?
It's a postgraduate certificate in business administration.
Is that a master's course?
It's master's course.
It can't be.
Okay, I got a letter. I found.
Yes.
When are you returning?
I am quite wary of some students in the UK. As we know, it's very expensive to be a student in the United Kingdom. The fact that he was a bit mixed up about what he was studying, whether it was a master's or a postgraduate certificate, I don't understand why that would be an issue.
Okay, so we're about to take your photograph. You want to look directly into this camera here for me, please.
Officer Neil Newbury is questioning another student whose story doesn't add up.
The immigration officer asked you some questions about your course, and you did not answer them sufficiently well for him to be convinced that you're studying in the UK.
He's already carried out a bag search. He found a diary with some revealing entries.
He's talked an awful lot about work, and he's not once mentioned his modules, his studying, any of his tutors. He's not mentioned any of them, which is quite strange if you're here to study. Sainsbury's is going down every day. He's doing only 2 or 3 days in Sainsbury's. Now he's having to find a second job.
How many
Two
bags do you
men,
have?
both claiming to be
2
students
bags?
of business administration. To find out if they're genuine, officers Lomas and Newbury will have to do their homework.
Can you tell me what you've learnt in human resource management?
What I study?
What you have studied?
There is a 2 part. One is employee and another one is employer.
Yes.
Okay. And if something wrong with the employee and employers, they need to advise one HR manager or some HR consultant to get the sorted out these things.
And what does the HR
He
manager
just
do? What is their role?
What is the role?
And where do you study?
Central England. Oh, I have too much. You know that I didn't sleep last night. What should I say? I forget everything. I don't know. What should I say?
So you're saying you can't remember where your college
No,
is?
I know that. I know.
HR rules means for a company, the managing full staff.
Tell me about financial reporting.
A good result for this student. Not so good for this one.
Okay, I just want to show you something from your book in your bag. Dated 18th of February 2008. I know you wrote it down, yeah? And see what I've underlined? 18th February 2008. I'm doing only 2 and 3 days in Sainsbury's. Now I'm finding a second job. So you're going to start telling me the truth now, or we're going to keep going around the houses. Were you working in Sainsbury's 2 or 3 days a week?
Can I explain you personally? But not in front of camera, I'm telling you personally.
Slowly, he started to open up to me and explain what he's done. His family are in financial difficulty back in India. That their house was being repossessed by the bank. And I do have some sympathy. with him in that situation. It's mainly the enforcement of the rules that we're concerned about, unfortunately, and in this case you have broken the rules, the immigration rules, so for that reason your visa is going to be cancelled today. I'm going to return you back to India on the next available flight, which is this evening at 9:25.
Officer Newbury's passenger has failed to get into Britain. It's a different story for Officer Lomas.
Oh yes sir, he's a student. We are happy to readmit you to the United Kingdom today.
Thank you.
Right,
Thank you so
okay
much.
sir, that's okay. Good luck with the rest of your studies and your job.
Yeah, thank you.
It's nice when you've done your inquiries and at the end of it you're satisfied with the result and you know that the right thing has been done. He is a genuine student and I'm happy that, you know, that I've done my inquiries and I'm satisfied with that and he can come in.
As this case closes, more flights arrive and hundreds more passengers fill the arrivals hall. It's back to the desks of the immigration officers and back to work. Heathrow Airport, the main gateway into Britain. Officer Steve Hassler has the job of sorting out the genuine tourists from those who want a permanent holiday.
So it's your fault. Okay.
This woman is claiming to be a visitor, but she's been flagged up on the database as having been refused entry to Britain in the past.
But you understand why we have to do this, because you've had that previous refusal. And it's always going to cause problems, unfortunately.
She's no stranger to Britain. She went to school here for 4 years,
that's what we're
until her
doing
father's
now,
work permit was cancelled and her family were removed.
Anything to declare to customs? Nothing, no like 1,000 cigarettes or nothing like that? Okay, all right. She's been refused entry, or she was refused entry, back in August of 2007. Her father was here on a work permit. It's a bit sketchy, but it was curtailed back in February of 2007. She claims now she's come here to pick up some certificates, her GCSE certificates, from the examining board. She claims that she had sent for them, paid for them, they were sent in the post, but they were never received. The only thing is she doesn't have a return ticket. Why would somebody come on a two-week visit without a return ticket? That's a little bit strange. Is it Lahore you're from, yeah?
Yeah.
What do you do there? Studying?
Yeah, I'm studying law.
Law? Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Immigration law?
No, I'm trying to stay away from that.
Okay, don't worry.
Nothing personal.
No.
That's my university card.
Excellent, I'll just borrow that as well. You get that back.
I don't have any cash or anything.
No cash. What about credit card? No credit card? So you got nothing at all? So how are you going to survive initially? Your family, friends?
They'll help me out.
Her claim to be picking up certificates to take back to Pakistan doesn't quite add up.
Well, it's just this fact. She's got a single ticket, she's got no money, and she hasn't actually arranged for these certificates yet.
You see, I don't get this part, because she and her entire family have been refused entry. Okay?
Yeah.
They've previously been living here, what, 4 years?
Yeah.
Further to that, they appealed and went down the human rights line as well. So they're kind of well aware about how things work in the UK.
Things work, yeah.
So then to send a family member alone on a single ticket with no money doesn't stack up.
A closer look at her luggage doesn't improve her chances.
At the back, I've just discovered some old pay statements, and I just went out to the control and spoke to her. I said, well, why have you got these certificates with you? You know, if you're just coming to get... and she said, oh, well, it's just all my documentation that I had when I was in the UK. But there's P45s as well.
Now I'm a little unhappier because these are documents that are not necessary at all
relevant
to obtain a course in Lahore.
Exactly.
It's question time for the law student. Officer Hassler wants answers.
It's not looking good, all right? I won't lie to you, because I can't understand why you've not brought any money with your tickets. We're going to have to come through this way, all right? And the fact of the matter, you've got £2 on you, you've got no credit cards, you've got no return ticket, You've brought other documentation, which, to be quite frank, you shouldn't have brought with you. I can't understand why you brought it with you.
This interview will decide whether or not Officer Hassler returns her on the next flight home.
So why did they just buy you a single ticket? I can't fathom this out, because why would they buy you a single ticket and also send you their daughter halfway across the world with just £2 coins in the purse?
I don't have any intention of staying here.
I didn't ask her the question. I said, why do you not have a return ticket?
Because I didn't know what date exactly I would go back.
She said she didn't know how long she was going to be here. It was going to be 2 or 3 weeks. And I said, well, why didn't you get an open ticket? I says, we have many times people come here. And she says, oh, yeah, I found about that on the aircraft. I hadn't heard of open tickets.
She didn't know about open tickets.
Didn't know about open tickets.
This is a young lady who's lived in the UK and has clearly
travelled before, but didn't know about
open tickets.
We get people coming here all the time who are coming as visitors, and if they don't have return tickets, they don't have money, they'll just be refused. It's not credible. You're coming here as a visitor, but yet, you know, you've got no evidence of support whatsoever. You said that you're going to come here, get these GCSE certificates, but yet you've come with all this documentation, and you would need that sort of stuff if you want to settle here. You've even got your, you're shaking your head, but in your wallet you had your national insurance card, which you had your national insurance number in. Why would you bring that to the UK?
I just brought my wallet with me.
But then we start going into things like her previous bank statements here, mobile phone accounts, in previous interviews with Job Centre Plus. Certainly with regard to her documentation, she has literally packed up everything, put it into a folder. It's as if she's picked up her life, brought it here. And I think we've got to remember this. I mean, the family had lived in the UK since 2002. The father had been working here. She's had most of her informative years here. Like I said, she's been a student here. She'd got a job. She'd taken her exams. And then all of a sudden, for no fault of her own, the rug's pulled out from under her feet, and she's forced back to a country that she probably hasn't lived in for a number of years. And all of a sudden, she's left, you know, thinking, well, where's it all gone? Okay. Just want to... Right. The decision is that you're going to be refused entry, okay? You're coming in as a visitor, but you've got all this documentation which pertains nothing to why you want to come here regarding your education. Now, if you want to come back to the UK, you can, but what I would advise you to do is get an entry clearance visa, okay? You can still go and ask for a visit visa or a student visa, whatever you want to do, but rather than you having to come here and go through all this, it means you go to the embassy, you put all the evidence in front of them, and you allow them to make the decision. I feel sympathy for her because I know what the impact on her is going to be. But at the end of the day, we've got to look at what we're doing with regard to, you know, the border control and making sure people coming here are coming here for a genuine reason and not ending up doing something else. For this time, I'm afraid you're not going to be allowed in.
"8 a.m, the port of Calais, France. Hundreds of lorries are preparing to board ferries bound for Britain. But some have unwanted cargo. Illegal immigrants trying to get into the country. An Anglo-French deal in 2004 allowed UK immigration teams to be based on French soil for the first time. Their aim, to stop the clandestines, as they call them.
All the way through.
Yeah, let's find it back.
And it seems clear, this one.
Officer Bridget McCarthy has been stationed here for over 4 years.
You got your passport handy?
She has a special tool adapted from a ski pole that detects breathing.
This is a CO2 probe, and in plain English, anything in there that's breathing will be picked up. And so we'll get readings. What you have to do on here is watch how the readings fluctuate and what levels. We know what limits we go to, and if we want the vehicle open, as we class it to be a high CO2 reading, we get the driver to open it up.
They find most clandestines here in the search bays. But there's a report in of a lorry that's not been checked here and is now just metres away from boarding a ferry.
Right, we're going down to the berths. We've had a call to say that ECS have had a find of 5 inside a vehicle.
The clandestines could be just moments away from boarding.
Oh, they'll be distraught.
Bless them.
Yeah, they'll be distraught. Especially when they think they're so close.
The team work closely with the French.
Bonjour.
Handing anyone they catch into their custody.
Players? Driver?
They They think they're hidden deep inside this lorry load of tyres.
How far down are they?
We don't know. I'm going to get some ladders and get up there.
Can you just do a registration check for me, please?
But they're in there somewhere. They're in there at the back there somewhere, yeah.
We're not sure.
5, we think.
Not sure.
No one has a ladder. Only one way in.
You don't mind? By all means, yeah. I'll hold the gear then. You two lads, want to get in there? Brilliant. Good strong men. Up for there, Dave. Yeah. We will get a ladder for him. Just tell him stay there 1 minute. What nationalities do you think we got, Toff?
Indian.
Indian.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Got at least 6 people up here.
There you go.
Excellent.
Buried amongst the tyres, the immigration officers have found more than they first thought.
Okay, he speaks English. This guy here speaks English.
7 Indian men.
Still shot.
You know, basically right at the very bottom. How they got down there and how they ever think they're going to get out is another matter.
Hello, guys. You okay? Where'd you get in Belgium? Belgique?
Belgium.
Ah, Belgique. How long you been in? How long?
This morning? Yeah? What time?
And you haven't got any documents on you guys? No passports? No papers from the French? How can you get to England with no passports? Be careful. That's it. Excellent. It's not very nice. The load's very, uneven. They're all over the place, and we've got a duty of care for these guys, so we've got to get them down as soon as possible. Just stand there for me, good man.
Yeah, the sailing, by all accounts, is off at 8:45 British time. So I don't know. I haven't got a clue what the time is now, but as you can see, the ferry's coming in. They're 150, 200 yards away from getting on the boat. Look, guys, look. So close.
But there's little time to hang around.
How many in the other load?
6, I think.
6 Indians?
Another report of more clandestines. On another lorry that's also about to board.
Go back, weren't they?
Sure, we're just waiting to confirm on the lane number. So we're going to leave this vehicle and head over here now and sort this one out as well. Okay.
While the Indian men are taken to a holding room, the team are going full steam ahead.
Bad morning. All kicks off at 8:20.
We've just been called to another find here with Eritreans, and we're going to deal with that now.
She got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She got offloaded.
What we've got here is Eritrean nationals. They're not great, they're not compliant at all, so they won't be like your Indians that we've had. Hello, sir. Thank you. That's 7, this will be 8. Lane 105.
Yet more calls come. There's been another find.
We've just been told that there's another positive in lane 1, so we'll have to deal with these, and we'll move on to the next one. Very busy morning.
The team are stretched, but they won't leave until every inch of the lorry has been searched.
That's it. Good man. How you doing?
Their persistence pays off.
Okay. Stay there. Don't stay there. Thank you. I think the hat might give it away.
Stay there, come on.
The first vehicle over there with the tyres is unstable to move back. We're trying to get it tied up as best as possible, and we will be taking that back.
Wait. Good man.
The same thing will happen with this vehicle here. We've just been given another call to go to lane 1. 3 times in, what, 5-10 minutes? Busy morning here.
In total, they found 15 people in the last 15 minutes. And outside the port, hundreds more ready to take their place. In search of work with British employers who are ready to break the law by hiring illegal immigrants. Companies who flout immigration law can be found all over Britain. And they're not confined to the big cities. In the Midlands, over 70 law enforcement officers are preparing to raid a chicken factory they suspect are employing illegal immigrants.
Harm reduction, both nationally and...
It's 10 a.m. at the briefing for this massive operation.
We've received information which has been assessed by the UKBA and the police that's identified that up to 70 foreign nationals who are immigration offenders or suspected of being as such are currently employed.
Immigration officers have teamed up with the police, the Human Trafficking Centre and other government agencies. They're after illegal workers and their employers.
In bringing people in from former Soviet Union countries by providing them with false documentation, is offering them new identities.
They're preparing for tough conditions. The chief immigration officer has been on hundreds of enforcement raids, some more dangerous than others.
It'll actually be me that enters the production floor and basically instructs all the workers to put their knives down. We've seen approximately 58 employees enter the premises this morning. For every illegal worker, the employer could face a fine of up to £10,000.
This one. Yes. Yes. Go, go, go.
Have got a warrant to conduct a search of these premises today.
Stay there! Police! Police officers, everybody stay where you are! Everybody stay where you are! Stay where you are! Everybody stay calm! Everybody stay very, very calm!
The first job is to make the factory safe. Each worker has a razor-sharp knife, a necessary tool of the trade, but a potential hazard on an operation like this.
Okay.
Yeah, just at the minute we're securing the premises to make sure all the officers are safe. And that means getting rid of all the knives and putting all the subjects to the left and right of the building, and nothing can happen in the spur of the moment, basically.
Okay, is there anybody here that's British? If you are, then could you put your hand in the air? If you're British, put your hand in the air. Nobody British.
The immigration team has a lot to search. They have to be fast and careful.
United Kingdom Border Agency!
Officer Carl Mason secures the top floor to seal off possible escape routes.
Excellent, fantastic. Can you take this seat for me, please?
I am. I'm just going to get my coffee and go for a fag meal.
OK, well, you're going to have to stay in here for the time being. Basically, what's happening now is the outer cordon's on, stopping anybody running away. We're sweeping downstairs, which is going to be the hardest bit because you've got all the workers down there, and we're just sweeping these offices.
I'm not going anywhere, John.
That's OK, no worries.
Just trust me.
I trust you implicitly.
Andy, if you can just identify whether there's anyone British over there.
On the ground floor, the chief immigration officer and his team are trying to establish the workers' nationalities.
All right, but everybody on the production line is a foreign national, as far as you're aware. All right, thanks very much.
You stop there, fit in there for me, OK?
It would appear that every single worker bar one is a foreign national. So the next thing that we'll be looking to do is try and identify which ones of those come from an EU country. Because again, they'll be not be subject to immigration control.
Sir, where are you from? What country? What country are you from? What country are you from? Afghanistan, Iraq?
No,
Nationality? Romania?
Keep moving down, please.
The chief has his own method of finding information.
And did you all move up from London together then? Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Play the nice guy.
What sort of jobs did you do in London? Security. Oh, right. So totally different then. Yeah, at the end of the day, if we don't come across too forceful, then more often than not, they'll just have a chat with us, and we can get a lot more information that way. What made you come and work for a chicken company then?
I didn't know that.
You didn't know? What were you told you were going to come and do?
Just to take care of chickens, that's it.
Oh, so you thought you'd be feeding them? I think they're a bit past feeding now. He was promised a job up here. That is quite important to us in that there are several allegations that maybe people are employed by this company. Some are given to believe that they'll be doing different types of work to what they actually end up doing.
Back upstairs, Carl Mason's team have found rooms which you wouldn't expect to find in a chicken factory.
Hello, sir. Back rooms which look like they would have been chilled freezer units, chiller units, been used as accommodation for obviously people who are working on site. And just looking at the rooms, they're clearly not intended for this.
They find 4 small rooms, each with 2 beds, personal items, and other material.
What appears to be sort of counterfeit pornographic DVDs, depictions of bestiality. So, I mean, they're clearly illegal, so on police advice they're going to be seized and disposed of.
So far, the operation is posing more questions than answers. 69 people turned up to work here this morning, many of them suspected of being illegal workers. Back at Calais, and the morning rush hour shows no sign of slowing up.
So we've had Indians, Eritreans.
Yeah.
What do you think we got here?
This time, a more unusual find. Hiding in the cargo, an entire Vietnamese family.
Hello, speak English? Any passport, documents?
Is it a family?
Thank you.
Family, yeah? All family.
In this particular load, we've got 5 Vietnamese, 3 are female. So when the escort team come, we'll get them out as soon as possible, get them into detention where they're safe.
The family had obviously heard about the breathing detectors. They had a plan to try and deceive them. A dangerous plan.
So they will actually put plastic bags over their heads, risk their own lives, you know, in order to get to the UK. It's tragic, really, but it happens, and you can see it here. Day in, day out, we see it.
You think you're wrapped in that bit of plastic and your head's covered as well, your oxygen and whatever else isn't going to last very long.
Do you want to just jump down for me? Excellent. Oh, that's fine. So wait there, no problem, stay here with me.
No air holes in that at all. They're just full of air. I mean, this lady obviously looks quite drained and tired looking, doesn't she? So I think she's obviously suffering from effects of not having much oxygen by being wrapped in one of these.
Well, I think they actually board.
This lorry was just about to go on.
That's where they go on. If you can see, you've got one just going down there now. So they were so close, so close to getting on.
For these people.
And another call comes through. People have been found on a boat. Not a ferry, but smaller and faster. In the search bay is a truck carrying expensive yachts and stowaways. The chief immigration officer sends his crew inside.
You can clearly see how they've actually got into this load. They've just basically slit the back and they've actually got inside the main body of the boat. All right. There's 4 in there at the moment, but there could be more. And obviously we're going to have to search the ones on the back of this trailer as well.
Hi there. You all right? Okay. Come out there.
What we're going to do is make sure this ladder's secure when they get down. Okay. You be careful.
Hi there. Oh, careful. Mind your head. Okay.
Around 50 ferries leave the port of Calais every day. Each one an opportunity to reach British soil.
In 1.5 hours, 31 found in 6 separate finds. Different locations, so I think your team and our team are working very hard this morning.
Yes, yeah, it's a good job.
There were 31 clandestines found in 2 hours. They were handed over to the French police. Their whereabouts now is unknown.
If you could just go up these stairs, and then it's just up to the right, please.
It's time to process the workers at the chicken factory.
Yeah, that's fine.
Of 69 employees, 68 will be questioned about their nationality and their rights to work here.
This is your last one? That's a go. We've counted about 30 people that have admitted not being EU nationals. However, we have a lot of subjects that are Romanian, Bulgarian, and when they joined the EU, certain restrictions were put on their employment. They couldn't just come and work like a Spanish person can. They have to have registration cards to work. So what will be interesting now on the questioning upstairs will be, have you got the relevant documentation to work legally in the UK?
That's fine. Come through.
On big operations like this, the officers confiscate personal items like mobile phones.
Yeah, basically we've had incidences where we've allowed people to use a mobile phone in a factory or a house, and what they've done, they've called the friends or protest groups, and they've come round and basically it's caused a major incident where we've got protesters outside the house preventing us getting anybody out. We've arrested.
All the foreign workers are kept under close guard in the canteen.
We were going to have 10 at a time, weren't we? So we need some more. We need some more, don't we?
In the corridor next door, they set up a makeshift office to interview the workforce. With their mobile fingerprint machines and some interpreters, the detective work begins. Illegal immigrants will be arrested and face being removed from Britain. But who will stay and who will be leaving?
Yulia, there's no point in trying to tell untruths about your situation. There's nothing to be frightened about. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to get one of my colleagues to see.
So what basis have you asked to stay in the UK?
The stakes are high. Illegal workers face being removed from Britain.
Your immigration status in the UK, why have you came to the UK?
Officer Andy Watt questions a Romanian. To understand him, she has an interpreter.
So you have no national insurance card, no?
Romania is new to the EU and has restrictions on it. She's allowed to be here, but requires a registration card in order to work.
The next question is, how many hours do you work here every week? Okay. Can I ask you, how much are you paid here per hour?
So I don't know how much is per hour, but it's around 250 per week.
200, 250 per week, yeah?
She says she's been earning between £200 and £250 a week and working 50 to 60 hours. This is less than a legal minimum wage. But if she hasn't got a registration card, she faces a hefty penalty.
Are you paying a debt off to anybody for coming to the UK? No? Okay. Has your employer here ever threatened you in any way?
Hold your breath. Well done.
Upstairs in the factory's makeshift bedrooms, officers are searching the workers' belongings.
Leave it all there a second. Okay. If you take a seat there.
I've only got one for some reason.
They've already found fake ID cards and arrests have been made. They discover the woman being paid below the minimum wage is Romanian, but she doesn't have a worker's registration card.
Yes. Because you're from Romania, okay, certain restrictions are put on Romanian nationals working in the UK. Okay, and as such, you should have a work permit, a registration card to be in the UK. Okay, now there's a penalty notice for you working illegally in the UK. Okay, and the penalty amount that you'll be fined is £1,000. Okay. The fixed penalty will go on your name, your date of birth and your nationality. That will be you, okay? So if you give me any wrong details on your postcode or address, it doesn't matter to me, okay? The penalty goes on your name and it will follow you about until you sort that penalty out.
She's free to go and will be able to work legally as long as she gets the right papers. The canteen is full of people waiting to be interviewed.
I'm going to say it in English. This lady's going to say it in Romanian, okay? Either way, you'll understand it. If you don't start answering the questions, I'll arrest you. All right?
A pattern is emerging. A lot of workers claiming to be from Romania. The immigration team isn't convinced.
There's definitely a trend here in that an awful lot of what we believe are Pakistani nationals have produced Romanian identity documents.
I'm more Romanian than you.
What we'll be seeking to identify is where they got those documents from. Perhaps they're linked to the employer and perhaps they're not. But at the end of the day, that's a lot of interviews that we've got to do to establish whether that's a fact or not.
So you say you're Romanian?
Yeah, Romanian.
How did you qualify to be Romanian?
This man says he's from Romania and his work papers are up to date.
Are your mother and father Romanian?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were born in Romania, were they? Yeah.
Officer Mason gives the Romanian a simple geography test.
Okay, tell me which countries are next to Romania?
Moldova.
Moldova.
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria, yeah. Well done, yeah. Any more? Yeah, any more countries next to Romania?
There are 5 countries that border Romania.
I won't give you any more details because I don't think it's going to be worth it.
And no records of this man's right to work.
You are not Romanian.
I'm not Romanian.
I know you're not Romanian. Yes, I know. So, what's your nationality?
What?
Where are you from? What country?
What country?
Yeah.
I do not understand.
Okay.
My English is not in...
Your English was brilliant when we started. Do you speak Romanian?
Yeah.
You wait there. I'll get a Romanian interpreter.
You?
I will get a Romanian interpreter.
Your spider sense is tingling.
Yeah.
The next test, can he speak Romanian to an interpreter on the phone?
Explain to him in English. Marion, that gentleman speaks Romanian. You say you're a Romanian. You've only been here 1 week. I'm from Romania. Please speak to him.
Noroc. Noroc. Bilal Kore. Hi. Yeah.
Just making noises.
Yeah. Oh, that's high.
Hello, sir. Okay, sir, I'm very sorry to have wasted your valuable time yet again. Well, thank you very much for your help. Okay, sir, cheers, thank you, bye. Okay, that's a Romanian interpreter. He says you're not speaking Romanian, he says you're speaking, well, nothing really. Marion, I know Marion's not your real name, but let's just stop, all right? Stop all the lies now, okay? I'll give you this one opportunity to start telling me the truth. Where are you from?
No, I am. You check identity.
Okay, no. I'm not bothered about your identity card. You've told me you're Romanian. You can't tell me the capital. You can't tell me what monetary units are used over there, okay? At the moment, all you're doing is getting yourself into trouble, okay? So what nationality are you? Don't insult me and tell you're Romanian.
No, I am not.
Okay, I believe you've entered the UK illegally. What's going to happen now is my colleague's going to arrest you. You'll be taken to a police station where you'll be interviewed further. Andy, can you arrest this guy, please?
Of the 69 employees, 19 were arrested, 4 have been removed. A further 10 are expected to follow once the paperwork is ready. The employer is fined £60,000. 5 were charged with possession of false documents. And the man who claimed to be Romanian has since absconded. Terminal 3, Heathrow, the UK's busiest port. Everyone who arrives here requires a valid passport and a valid reason to enter the country. Stamping passports today is Officer Steve Hassler. He joined immigration after a career in the RAF.
And how long have you been away?
It's his job to spot people trying to enter or stay in the UK illegally. With 50,000 passengers a day arriving at Terminal 3, he can only ask each person a handful of questions to find out if they are genuine.
What are you doing in the UK?
I'm a student.
Where do you study?
School of Business Study.
Okay, have you got your student ID card I could have a look at?
This man is returning to Britain after visiting a sick relative in Dubai. To prove he's a student, he produces some university certificates.
So how long have you been in the UK now?
3 years.
3 years? Okay, tell me about interactive business skills. What's that?
Well, the business skills is got business it's a course, literature about the business.
No, I want to know, you got an A in interactive business skills, one of your exams, so tell me what is interactive business skills?
What's the interactive business skills? The interactive business skill is a skill, it's a subject, isn't it? It is a subject.
Well, you got an A in it, so it must have been a subject.
That subject, yeah, it was everything is explanation. All about the business. It's basically the business subject, isn't it?
Just last October you got an A in it?
Yeah.
And you can't tell me what it is?
Officer Hassler asked the passenger to wait,
What's your bag?
while he refers to Chief Immigration Officer Rick Lindsley.
I said, well, talk to me about business interactive skills. Couldn't say a word, otherwise, oh, it's business. Asked him about introduction of IT or costing accounting. He says, couldn't do anything, couldn't even mention it. He doesn't even look like a student. I pushed on the fact about his work as well, and he's like standing there, and I said, look, are you definitely not working? And he was like, no, definitely not. I mean, he was thinking
not
about...
Not working at all?
No, nothing at all, so I mean,
what
that's...
do you want to do?
Certainly want to do his bag. I've got a name of a cousin who is downstairs, so I'll give him a quick call and just see if he corroborates anything he's told me as well. But he came up and he was being very chatty, and sometimes people do that to try and sort of catch you off guard and stuff, possibly. You get colleges, as they call themselves, or educational institutions that will provide these letters, types of letters, so people can get these resident permits, and this is what this guy's on. He came here originally on a student visa. He's then submitted documentation, probably letters like this to show that he's doing, good study, but clearly he hasn't done the exam because he can't talk about it. Not that I'm prejudging, of course.
Officer Hassler may have his suspicions, but he needs some facts to back them up.
Hi, this is immigration at Heathrow Terminal 3.
He starts by calling the man's cousin.
And what does he do in the UK? Student.
The passenger has told Officer Hassler that he studies in London and doesn't have a job, not even part-time.
So he working as a taxi driver? Just spoke to the cousin and he says he works as a taxi driver, which is clearly different from what he's telling us on
Who
the
works as a passenger worker?
Yeah.
It's certainly a breakthrough. But before Officer Hassler can deny the passenger entry, he needs solid evidence or a full admission.
And before I start, you need to be aware it's very important for you to answer my questions truthfully. If at any time I find out subsequently that you've lied to me, then it's going to make your situation far more serious here, yeah? It is now an offence to mislead and obstruct an immigration officer, okay? So please think about that when you're answering my questions, right? Okay. Why have you come to the UK?
For the study.
Where?
School of Business Study.
School of Business Study?
Yeah.
Well, how come you give me letters for the School of Management and Science?
Yeah, School of Management and Science, sorry, I am...
No. Come on, hey, stop wasting my time. Right, I'm going to ask you again, what are you doing in the UK? Because you're not studying, you can't even get the name of the college right.
My brother is very serious.
Yeah.
I came Stop this question. Yeah, simple as that. I am in a very bad situation.
Yeah, okay,
Simple
right.
that.
So
Let
let's
me
keep
tell
this
you-
simple. No. I tell you what, no. I tell you what, no. You listen to me, right? You calm down, right? And you answer my questions. Because the way you're going on, you've got something to hide, right? So don't start getting on your high horse, right? And start shouting at me, all right?
Did I shout on you?
You were getting.
I didn't.
Okay, right then. So,
I told you.
right, listen. All you got to do is answer my questions, right? Simple as that. All right? Okay? Right.
India's economy is booming. But a developing economy needs an educated workforce. And here in New Delhi, the demand for a British university degree is huge. Almost 35,000 people a year apply to study in Britain from India. It's down to entry clearance officers to choose the suitable candidates from those who don't make the grade. This man has travelled hundreds of miles to apply for his visa. He comes from a family of farmers, but he wants to study in the UK so he can go into business with his father-in-law.
You have to stare at that CCTV camera for 10 seconds.
Mr. Singh has a lot to lose, having already paid £4,500 for his first term alone.
It's my first time in UK for study. Firstly, my undergraduate Python program, and after I finished my bachelor degree in business administration.
Okay, so you're going to be a businessman?
Yeah.
And when you finish the degree, you're going to come back here?
Yeah.
And what are you going to do?
Yeah, and join my family business with my father-in-law and my fathers.
His flight to the UK is only 4 days away from now. But there's no guarantee his application will be
Thank
successful.
you so much, sir. Have a good day.
Here at the application centre, Mr. Singh must submit evidence to prove that he's a genuine student and that his finances are in place.
Okay, this is your course for 3 years?
Yes, sir.
These are the savings.
It's a mountain of paperwork, but every detail is crucial.
We require the sponsor's document as well. Either the bank statement or the savings, the property papers, the valuation of the property, the affidavit. We require the whole thing actually.
He has everything he needs, but one part of his application is not up to scratch. His basic English score is below average. If the visa team don't think he'll be able to understand his course, they'll refuse him the visa. The money spent on fees could be lost. Students who are granted visas are only allowed to work part-time, up to 20 hours a week during term. At Terminal 3, Officer Hassler's passengers still insist he doesn't have a job at all, and that his studies are full-time.
When were you last at your college?
Sorry?
When were you last week? 1st of May.
What he doesn't know is that Officer Hassler has spoken to his cousin, who let slip that he is working.
We've been fortunate because I just asked the sponsor, his cousin who's meeting him, oh, what work does he do? And he's just said, oh yeah, he's a taxi driver. But when I've started asking him anything more about it, he's got a bit hesitant, realising he's maybe said something he shouldn't have done. So yeah, on that information, we'll be able to go now and go through the company. So it's been a good break for us.
Now, Officer Hassler needs to know whether it's full or part-time employment, and the pieces are coming together.
Taxi company's based in Luton. This is where this guy lives. Hi, is that the taxi company? Oh, hiya. I wonder if you can help me. This is the UK Board Agency at Heathrow. Just wonder if I could ask you a question about one of your drivers. Waleed Hussain? So, I mean, does he come on at a particular time or is it just any time? Is that full-time work? Yeah. Smashing. All right, thanks very much. Cheers. Bye-bye now. Okay, contact the company and I've spoken to the controller there and he's just confirmed that he does work there. He's been working there full-time for 3 years. Right.
Officer Hassler still has no hard evidence. The cab company won't fax any information until they've spoken to the manager, who they can't get hold of. So he must use the information he has to get the full admission from the passenger.
Are you studying in the UK?
Yes.
Where?
I told you.
I'm asking you again, where?
School of Management Sciences.
All right, do you work in the UK?
No.
What did I say to you about lying to me, all right? Because you have lied to me. You have family in the UK?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So don't lie to me.
No, I am not lying.
So tell me again, where are you working?
I told you in so many places I will...
No, where are you working now? Well, I know where you're working. You know where... listen, I know where you're working.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm talking to you about it now, all right? So I want you to tell me.
Where are you working?
Yeah. Okay. Do you want me to tell you? So tell me about 49 Taxi Company, yeah? That you work there as a driver, yeah?
I did work there.
No, you do work there. You do work there.
No, I'm not at no.
Yes, you are. Yeah, well, how come you suddenly mentioning that you've worked there and it wasn't mentioned before?
No, I
so
told
tell
you
me, tell me.
so many places
Tell me,
I done
yeah. Okay.
I
You
can
tell me
tell you
about.
3, 4
You
more
tell me
places.
about 49 Taxi Company. You tell me about it. That you work as a taxi driver.
I did work,
Okay. When did you start working there?
I did about 2-3 months ago. I did. Then I.
So you still work there?
Yeah, I still work there for 2 days.
I've got it from them that you work full time, and you've worked there for at least 2 to 3 years. So you work there full time, yeah?
Part time.
Full time, yeah?
No, not full time.
Okay. So how come they're telling me you work full time and you've worked there for 3 years? And that probably tells me why you can't ever tell me about your college, because you're working full time.
I don't.
How much did you pay for those letters?
I didn't pay anything.
Well, you're not studying them.
No, I'm studying.
Okay, right. What's going to happen is we're going to put you into a holding room. You'll be remaining with us. We're going to get this in document. We're going to get this writing from this company. Okay. We'll get all that relevant information, and then when we've got that, we're going to take this further. Okay. Yeah.
Officer Hassler didn't get a confession, and the evidence he needs won't be available until the morning. The passenger will have to stay in the holding room.
You're going to remain with us overnight.
No, I can't stay in this room. I can stay on this.
No, you will stay in this room, all right?
No, I can't because I am asthmatic.
And if you've got asthma, where's your medication?
Do I carry the medication with me?
Well, yeah, because...
No, I don't.
Well, but if you've got asthma, where's your... No, come back. Where's your medication then?
No, I don't know.
It's been a sort of frenetic few hours, but yeah, we've got the stage where we can't take this any further. We've got the passenger who's denying everything. However, we've got this verbal information that states that he is working full time. So clearly we have avenues that we need to go down, but we can't do that tonight. So I'll have to pass this on tomorrow morning to a day shift officer, and what they will do is contact this the owner of the taxi company, also the school as well, and just see if we can corroborate either his story or the information that we've been provided that he is actually working and not studying.
In Delhi, almost 200 student applications a week are vetted at the British High Commission. For Mr. Singh, who wants to study in England, this could be the most important interview of his life. His flight leaves in just 3 hours. Entry clearance officer Dan Brown will be taking his case.
Mansingh, please. Mansingh.
He's a 19-year-old student with no evidence that this guy speaks English, so we'll have a chat with him and see if his English is good enough to be able to follow the course. Morning, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Okay, sir, but if you don't understand me, you have to tell me.
No.
Do you understand me?
Yeah.
So how long will you stay in the UK?
For my higher education, according to 3 years.
Where will you study?
Yeah, Hertfordshire. So.
Can you tell me about the structure of the course?
Firstly, my father-in-law supporting me for fees and my residence and all costs.
Well, tell me about the structure of the course.
20 pounds 20,000 pounds and in second and third year, fourth semester.
Okay, let me stop you there. I'll ask you the question in a different way. Can you tell me about the course that you will study in the UK?
Mainly reason after I want to study in UK, and after study I will join my family business and
Okay, so if you can please take a seat at the back, I'll consider your case and speak to you again shortly. Thank you. He's spending a lot of money, a lot of his father-in-law's money on going to the UK, and he couldn't tell me anything about what he was going to be studying. And I would expect that if he's spending so much money and he's really keen on studying, that he'd be able to tell me something about the course, and he could tell me absolutely nothing.
It's not looking good for Mr. Singh.
Mr. Singh, I considered your application today, but I'm not satisfied that you meet the requirements of the rules this time, so I'm going to refuse your application. Do you understand?
Yes.
Mr. Singh won't be catching his flight today. Instead, he must explain the £4,500 down the drain to his father-in-law. The visa system acts as a filter, and strict border controls stop many people getting into Britain illegally. But it's estimated there are up to 1 million illegal immigrants living and working in the country. It's the job of the enforcement teams to find those people and remove them from the UK.
First thing, we initially had 9 targets, however, that's been whittled down to 7. We've got intelligence received from the management of this company that they may be employing some persons who they believe may be illegal in this country. 5 minutes and we'll leave, yeah?
London and South East enforcement teams carry out over 100 raids a week. This morning, they've raided a cleaning company and arrested 2 workers they believe are in the country illegally. One is a Nigerian whose visa has expired. The other is from Ghana, but there is no record of him entering the UK. Officer in charge, Sharon Kilbourne, decides to search the man's home.
We'll establish him initially that he actually lives here and the keys fit into the lock. They do, so we're going to bring him up and conduct a house search in order to locate his passport and any other documentation.
Where's your bedroom? Where's your bedroom? Upstairs. Upstairs. Bedroom's upstairs. Just take him to your bedroom, yeah?
Last year, 25,000 illegal immigrants were removed from the country through enforcement. But the immigration teams are not allowed by law to remove someone without travel documents. They must have proof of the person's country of origin.
We've now verified that this is the person's room. If he gives us a passport, once we find that, we'll be out of here.
The team only have a photocopy supplied by the man's employer.
This gentleman has a passport. A legal authority has certified it as being a true document. If they took this to his employer, of course they're going to give him employment because it's been certified by a solicitor. These are the problems we have all the time.
Tell us if your passport is here. Saves us searching the whole room.
Right. I said it first. To be honest with you.
Honesty is the best. We love honesty. We love that.
To be honest with you.
Yeah.
When my brother was leaving.
Yeah.
He told me everything in the lawyer's hand. He handed over.
This gentleman here originally said that his passport was with the Home Office. Well, we've done checks. It's not with the Home Office, so we're going to check his details here. And now you're saying it's with the your solicitor, yeah?
You said?
It's with your solicitor?
No, I said I can give my solicitor number to you for you to ask.
All right.
Yeah, because
right. So where is it then?
I don't have any idea.
So you don't have any idea?
Yes.
Right. Have you reported it to the police?
No, to be honest.
Why not?
Has it been lost then? So if you don't know where it is...
Do you know what? If I had £1 for every time I heard someone lost their passport and never reported it to police, I'd be a rich woman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Since my brother's, because everything was with my brother.
I just said to you, where's your passport? And you said, to be honest, I have no idea. But you just said now it's with a brother that's not really your brother.
My brother have that case, he have everything. Sorry, you know what I mean?
Oh, hold on. Got another photocopy or something here.
I always keep everything.
It's a copy of his Ghanaian passport. Right, this was issued on the 1st of February 07?
Yeah, that's the when you
Right,
take it.
where did you get this from? In Britain, this country or Ghana?
This one.
Yeah.
In this country.
From this country?
Yeah, when my brother was just sending everything.
So you wasn't here when you got this passport issued to you from...
Yeah, I was here.
You was here
To be
in
honest.
2007?
Yes, I was.
To be honest, yeah?
To be honest.
Yeah.
At the moment, it looks like the passport may not be here.
I think...
So this gentleman will probably
I
be
think
asked
so.
to report on the immigration bail. That'll be decided by the arresting officers.
The team know that without a travel document, they cannot remove the man from Britain. Their only option is to grant him temporary release.
But you have to report every week, you understand?
Right, thank you very much.
Otherwise you'll have problems if you get stopped again by the police or immigration.
Right.
Okay?
All right.
He'll be reporting to us until we can get a document and a removal date for him, and then he'll be removed back to his country of origin. So for him, if he's ever apprehended again, there won't be no release for him. He'll be detained until he's removed.
Nearly 1 million trucks a year come through the port of Calais carrying goods into Britain. Over 400 British immigration officers work here at the French border, checking that freight is all the trucks are carrying. In 2007, officers at Calais alone stopped nearly 12,000 people trying to cross the channel illegally. Officer Gary Caldwell has been working the Calais beat for 3 years. It's his job to find and stop the illegal entrants, known here as clandestines, before they cross the French border.
We've just received a call from Amos Cook Security, which is a French firm that conduct searches down at the berths here. They've searched the lorry that they think they found 5 clandestines in, so we're going to make our way down now, have a look at it. The clandestines may have breached the port fence and got into the lorry whilst it's been parked down here.
First, Officer Caldwell must make sure that the clandestines aren't carrying any weapons.
No sharps? No?
No.
Yeah?
No?
Okay. Yeah, what we've got is it's a level load of white goods, as you can see. And in a space maybe this high, across the top, there are 5, I believe, 5 adult males that all claim to be from Palestine. We're going to move them down one at a time. We'll refer the circumstances to our CIO, and then they'll make a decision on whether or not we're going to serve illegal entry papers on these people. You're first. He just said to me, everybody likes England, which is why they're trying to make their way across there right now. Come on, don't worry too much about that, Wayne. It's only spitting.
Please follow the signs for your correct immigration circles. Please complete.
10 a.m. Terminal 3.
Mr. what did he say?
It's been a bad night for the passenger who says he's a student and claims he doesn't work. He's been detained in the holding room for 13 hours. And now officers have written confirmation from the taxi company that he's been working full time. He's refused entry and told to be put on a plane in 2 hours. But he has a wife and 2 children living in Luton. He asked to see the Chief Immigration Officer, Matt Dyson.
Sometimes I think they believe that if they talk to a senior officer, he's going to turn around and be more sympathetic. But to be honest, you know, this decision's been through 2 CIOs now, so it's not a decision I'm looking to overturn at all. So, but we can always see what he's got to say. Do you want to come and have a quick chat? I'm the chief, yeah? We'll just nip outside. What's up?
I just want to make a request
Mm-hmm.
that I got my wife and my daughters, 2 daughters in Luton, yeah. And I just want to request you personally for the bail. I'm not saying your decision.
No, as it stands, I'm not willing to entertain any releasing you at the moment, okay?
You can do that.
If you wish to... No, I'm not granting you temporary admission. I think that's what you're asking for, isn't it? Temporary admission. No, because I think if I gave you temporary admission, you probably wouldn't come back.
I will give you the
Well, but you don't appear to have followed our rules up to now, do you? Now, I've read this. The case against you is pretty strong, okay? I don't think you're studying. You don't know anything about your course.
If Any guarantee you want? I can bring the
No,
two, three people.
I can't really do that. I mean, I can understand why you're concerned about your wife and daughters. Well, no, I mean, you're concerned about your wife and daughter, but obviously, I have to balance that concern with the fact that, you fall well short of re-entering as a student. And also, you didn't seem to think it was a problem going on holiday and leaving your wife and daughters here, did you?
No.
So it's not as if, I think that they're in any danger.
My brother is dying with the cancer, leukemia. He's fighting for his life in hospital. That was the reason I went to leave my wife and my kids.
Right, as whilst I can understand you want to see your wife and children, I'm not going to be letting you in, I'm afraid. If you want to pursue the appeal, that's up to you. You can never divorce yourself entirely from the decisions you make. But in the end, you have to look to your job, and you have to look what is the right thing to do according to your job. Now, you should never, ever divorce yourself from being sympathetic towards people. And just because somebody falls short of the immigration rules doesn't automatically make them a bad person. Now, as far as we can gather, this guy is working too much, and he's not studying as he claims. Okay, and his whole basis of being here, and also of having a family here whom he supports, is as a student. And the bottom line is, if he's not doing it, then he shouldn't be here. And that's the law, and that's a policy made by government, not by me. My job is to apply it correctly.
The passenger did lodge an appeal before Chief Officer Dyson's team could put him on a plane. After a week in a detention centre, he was granted temporary release. He's still in the UK, waiting for a removal date. Back at Calais, an Officer Caldwell is on a roll. There's another report of a lorry with clandestines on board.
We've got 3 clandestines in the vehicle in front, believe it or not. It's gone mad. No, yes. I need your photograph. I can come up and get it if you like. Okay? And him. Come on, fella. Nationality? Iraq? Iran?
Two Iraq, 1 Iran.
Okay. Nationality? Iranian?
Iraq.
Iraq? Passport?
Passport? No.
No, papers.
Passport.
Papers? Let me see. Yeah. Okay, from the French police. Ali Kalen?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
But what we look at is how secure the vehicle was, what measures the drivers and indeed their companies take to prevent clandestines breaching them. So we'll speak with the drivers to establish what if anything, they've done to protect their lorries, and then we'll consider setting penalties if we think it's appropriate after that. Clandestines now, we'll take their photographs and fingerprint them. We'll consider or not whether they've committed an offence. We'll serve them paperwork confirming that. And once that's done, we'll hand them to the French police, who will remove them from the area.
The enforcement team in London need to search the home of a cleaner they've arrested on suspicion of being in the country illegally.
Come on, mate. Watch your head, yeah? Stand there for me, mate.
The man gave a false name. But officers found an ID card, and checks against this name confirmed he is from Nigeria and here on a tourist visa that expired 2 years ago.
The gentleman says it's his sister's address and she lives on the 5th floor. We've got officers providing rear cover just in case someone throws documents out of windows.
The team must find his passport. Without it, they can't send him back home.
No, hold him. He can go in. Because his sister's a bit nervous of the law and police, and especially immigration, he's asked us to stand away from the peephole, or she won't answer the door, basically. If she sees his face, she'll answer it. If she sees us, she won't. So we're just waiting for her to answer the door.
Hello, ẹ bá mi ṣílẹ̀kùn o. Hello, ẹ ṣílẹ̀kùn o. Wọ́n á mú wa ń bíṣẹ́ ni o. Wọ́n dẹ̀ lọ fẹ́ wọlé o. Ẹ kọ̀ ṣílẹ̀kùn ni o.
Don't open the door, immigration going to arrest you.
Yeah, basically.
That's what he's saying.
Can you let me use your phone? I'll call him. I'll call her. I will explain what is happening. Excuse me. I will explain what is happening to her. She will open the door. Let me just. She's just only afraid.
Tell her if she doesn't open the door, we'll smash the door in.
Let me use the phone.
Do it in English.
Yeah. I'll tell her what is happening.
If there's no one in there.
Because she might not be there, innit? Hello, Lucy. It's the Home Office. Open the door. We're not going to go away, so you need to open the door now.
You don't want a false entry unless we're sure it's his address. Because we don't. Obviously, we've only got the power to force entry into his address, and we're not 100% sure. So we're not too keen on kicking the door in.
Is your passport in there, or is it in a different address?
Is there a passport in this address? Your passport in there?
You remember? No, my passport. My passport is not here.
Where is your passport?
My passport is for a long time. It has been returned to Nigeria from those
that's
who
what
have
you
taken
said earlier,
it.
is it? Sonny, I don't believe you.
You can check it. You know how to check it from your computer. Check it by yourself. You will see everything there.
So you've got another, is you saying you've applied for another visa? Is that what you're saying?
You mean my visa?
Why have you returned your passport back to Nigeria?
It is because, so...
Just a short story, please. Why have you returned it back to Nigeria? Why?
It's someone that has helped me that take it back to Nigeria.
No, you come here, you get a
Right,
visa,
relax, stand
you
back.
get a job, you send it home, get a new visa, pretend you've gone back to Nigeria, put a fake landing state from someone in Nigeria, get a new visa, yeah? We know how it works. This is not a new story to us. We hear this every day. Now, where's your passport?
You know what I'm
Nothing
saying
about.
now? I'm very, very sure of what I'm saying. Forget about what happened in where you come arrest me. It's just a panic.
Right, where's
But
your
now
passport?
I'm ready to tell you the real fact of the matter. That's what I'm
Where's
telling
your
you now.
passport?
My passport is not here. It's not in this England. And I have to tell you the truth. I swear to Almighty God.
The team can't get in. They've already spent 8 hours on this operation, and at the end of it, 2 people they believe are illegal immigrants will be released.
It's just frustrating because you've been out all day. It's a long, hard graft, and at the end of it, you're just going to let go.
Because of limited space, the immigration service only detains someone if they believe he poses a risk to the public or is likely to abscond. All they can do with the Nigerian is take him back to base to record his details.
Right, we'll start off with your right hand, so come round here.
Excuse me, sir. Can I ask you a question, please?
Yes.
Never commit any offense, any crime in this country.
Right, okay, listen, mate, we're going to give you... I'll tell you why we're taking your fingerprints.
Very straightforward.
Okay, now listen, let me explain to you. You're not legally here. And we have the right to take your fingerprints, okay?
Yeah.
If you don't allow us to take them, we can take them by force, okay? It's a lot easier for you to just let us take them. Don't go to the police. These go into an immigration database, but they go on an immigration database all around Europe. So you go to any other country within Europe, claim to be somebody else, they can test you and you'll come up on your fingerprints, okay?
It's not that to know maybe I've committed a crime.
It's not because you've done a criminal offence, no. Just do what go with me, yeah?
I'm going to give you this form. It's a notification of temporary release, okay? Which basically means that we're releasing you. You need to report to this office. You need to bring this paper with you, all right? And then you come back every Wednesday, okay? You're not allowed to work, mate, yeah? So the best bet for you now is probably to go to the Nigerian High Commission and get hold of a passport or a travel document and go back to Nigeria, okay?
If I've been deported to Nigeria, they will kill me. If I prefer to kill me here than to try Nigeria. I prefer to kill me here than to go to Nigeria and just waste my life.
The man fears for his life if he goes home to Nigeria because of a feud over property with members of his family. It started after the death of his parents, when he sold some property to fund his trip to Britain.
I mean, we spoke about the possibility of you wanting to claim asylum, but you're not sure yet, are you? So what you need to do is go home, have a think about it, and whatever you think's best, when you decide, when you come in tomorrow, you'll come into our office and have a word with someone about claiming asylum, if that is what you want to do, okay?
Asylum is protection for people fleeing persecution in their own country. A claim because of a family dispute, however serious, is unlikely to be successful.
Well, now he's been released. He's probably going to go home, speak to his mates. They're going to tell him, oh no, stay away, whatnot. And lost in the system again.
The man did report as instructed the following day, but he did not seek asylum and has not been seen or heard of since. The Ghanaian cleaner also reported only once, before disappearing. Both men have been circulated as absconders on the police national computer. At Heathrow, a 41-year-old Australian claiming to be a tourist has been stopped at passport control. Officer Devinder Tung is suspicious because the woman has limited funds and can't tell him what she wants to do while on holiday. The passenger is a chef, and Officer Tung believes she may intend to work in Britain. What she's carrying in her luggage raises suspicions further.
She's just informed me that she's got some special luggage that she's checked in, which she said were her chef knives. Now, when asked why she needed them, she said she was going to do some cooking for her uncle. Is that all the baggage that you have at the moment?
Yeah, my knives are in the fridge.
Your knives are in the fridge. Okay, we'll go and grab your knives. Okay, I'm just going to have to take this away from you as well, just whilst we're conducting our inquiries, okay? I can't let you have this, and then I'll return it back to you afterwards, okay?
Officer Tung must search all the woman's bags to find out if she is a genuine tourist. In with her laptop, he discovers several copies of the woman's CV.
We also have copies of her educational certificates with her. She's got copies of them. I mean, it's strange, you know, someone bringing educational certificates, CVs, coming for a holiday. At her age, 41, she's too old to get a working holiday maker visa to come here through that channel. I haven't looked at her qualifications exactly, but you know, we've got the new points-based system, so maybe she doesn't qualify for the points to get the right work permits to come over. So, you know, they're left with no other option but to come and seek entry as a visitor and then work illegally. And can I ask you what this is? What's this?
It's a CV that I use how I get working. This is how I send it to my employers. This goes electronically.
Whose CV is it?
Mine, Robin Cameron's.
Why are you bringing them with you?
They're always in my back, in my laptop. They're always there.
They're always there?
They're always in my bag, yeah.
So many copies? You've got about 25 copies of your covering letter.
Yeah.
And there must be maybe the same amount of CVs.
When I'm looking for work, that's what I send them. Always looking for work, but you always get bits and pieces.
You're always looking for work?
Yeah.
Why are you carrying your chef knives with you?
Because I'm going to cook some food for my friends while I'm here. I take them everywhere I go.
Can you not use their knives to cook food?
No, because they're blunt. You always cut. No.
Why not?
No, because people. I can't.
Because you're only going to cook for friends. How many friends do you have here? You have.
Yeah, but even when I'm at home in Sydney,
You have an uncle.
To people's house.
Yeah, you have an uncle to cook for.
Yeah.
And you have Julie to cook for, and another. Yeah. So there's 3 people.
I don't like using anyone else's knives. It's a personal thing that I've had my own knives. People's knives are normally blunt.
Okay. I mean, looking at what we've looked at so far, everything suggests to me that you're coming to the United Kingdom to seek and take employment here.
But I can't. I can't get a working visa here.
Yeah.
No, I can't work here.
But no, everything suggests to me that you are, because, I mean, why else would somebody carry a CV with them? You have 3 friends here.
Yeah.
And you've bought your chef knives to cook for them.
But if you could understand what it's...
I do understand, but...
The chefs are like...
You're not cooking... Unless you plan to cook in a professional kitchen, you don't need to bring your knives with you.
If I go to my dad's house, I take my knives. If I go to anyone's house to cook for them, I take my knives.
So do you have any intention of working here?
No, I don't.
No, okay.
What does she say about the knives and the certificates?
Well, certificates, she said, well, she always carries them around with her wherever she goes. She's always looking for work. I said, you're always looking for work. Are you planning to work here? No, I'm not planning to work here.
I don't buy this thing about taking your chef's knives everywhere you go. And you don't take your certificate.
No, you
When
don't.
did you last take yours
And
on holiday?
No, and it's not just one. There's a few copies of each. It's not just like, you know, she's got different coloured one. Here we go. This is her CV.
her?
That's her, yeah.
No, she's looking for work, isn't
Oh,
she?
she's definitely looking for work, yeah.
Nope. Sorry. Afraid,
Yeah, I've checked RDs. There's a flight out tonight at 2100 or something.
Fitting well?
Yeah, she's fitting well. This is for you, your reasons for refusal. This also gives you your flight that you're going back on. So you're going on the EY to Abu Dhabi, connecting on all the way to Sydney tonight.
Okay.
Okay? Your passport and stuff will be held with us. When you board the flight, my colleagues who will escort you to your flight will then hand the passport on to the cabin crew, who will then give it to you when you land.
There's nothing I can do?
Unfortunately not, no.
This is so wrong. I've worked my ass off to get here. I'm a chef. I make $25 an hour in Sydney. I've worked that hard. Look, you've read my diary. You've been through everything. I'm not here to work.
Okay. Well, everything that you've brought with you suggests that you are here and your intentions are to seek employment here in the United Kingdom.
You can keep all that.
No, that's not going to stop.
I know. I just grabbed my laptop. My laptop had recipes in it.
She didn't take it too well. She'd spent a lot of money. I mean, it didn't seem as if she had limited funds to her anyway. Now, you know, someone wouldn't spend all that money to come here just for a trip if they didn't have it. I mean, there must have been more intentions to her coming here, like to work so she could earn some more money. So I think that was the right decision.
I've worked my ass off for the last 6 months to come to this country to have a holiday. I brought my knives, I'm a chef, I'm going to cook for my friends, and they've refused me entry into this country. It's just so wrong. You know, he wants me to bring my family. My family just had the biggest party for me to leave yesterday, and now I've got to bring him with the child and come home. So I'm embarrassed and I'm upset. I've done nothing wrong. I've done nothing wrong except for trying to come to this country. Thanks.